Vietnam has struck a free trade deal with the EU on Monday, in what appears to be a major snub to China. The Southeast Asian country has seen its manufacturing and exports hit hard by the coronavirus pandemic. It is the latest in closer relations between the country and the EU. In 2019, they signed a trade agreement and an investment protection agreement. Vietnamese deputies in the National Assembly voted overwhelmingly in favor of the European Union-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement (EVFTA). The National Assembly almost always ratifies the Vietnamese government's proposals, and this time did so by 94%. The EVFTA is the EU's second deal with a member of the Association of Southeast Asian after Singapore. The deal is expected to come into full effect in July. Economist Pham Khai Lan, former advisor to several of Vietnam's prime ministers, said that the EVFTA can't come at a better time for Vietnam when it's on the path of economic recovery after several months of closure due to COVID-19. The pandemic revealed shortcomings in its manufacturing sector. While Vietnam's own factories were safe to open, they could not operate because they sourced their materials from China, particularly for major export products in textiles, footwear and electronics. Lan said, COVID-19 has given Vietnam a hard lesson about being dependent on China. It also showed other countries, including the EU, the negative impacts of relying too much on China in their product value chain, and the EVFTA comes in the right time as all parties realize they need to pivot and restructure to diversify the supply chain. Vietnam will now have a transition period of up to 10 years for some of their imports, such as cars. The deal will increase access to Vietnam's services, including postage, banking and shipping and public procurement markets. By ratifying the deal, Vietnam has also agreed to align some of their export standards with the EU's strict requirements. They will also have to protect EU food and drinks, i.e. French champagne and Greek feta cheese, Fro-Vietnamese imitations. In response, the EU will lift 85% of its tariffs on Vietnamese goods, gradually cutting the rest over the next 7 years. Vietnam will also lift 49% of its import duties on EU exports and phase out the rest over 10 years.